See? Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Hear that? We were sold to the nations, not for our destruction,
Right.
but because we moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies. Read on.
Verse 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And he told us. We just read it. 1 Corinthians 10, 20, and 21, man. You can't have fellowship with devils and think you rolling with the Most High. And that's what people are doing. They say, oh, it's okay. You going around people that's seducing spirits, like a lot of these pork chopping preachers, man. They ain't nothing but seducing spirits, man, in the last days that he said we're going to have on this earth that's not dealing with the truth.
Right.
They're not dealing with the truth because you would know who the children of Israel are. It wouldn't be somebody of the past, the Old Testament, but in the New Testament, we could go into Revelation 7th chapter, the 4th verse. They're going to name 12,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Can't deny that, can you?
That's right.
That's in the New Testament, what they believe in. Mashiach Abshai told the apostles they're going to sit on 12 thrones judging who? The 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
In the Gospels.
That's right.
You see? They would know and teach the Most High loved Jacob and hated Esau in where? The New Testament. As it is written. You see? But you got our people saying, oh, everybody gonna be drawn in to be with us. I asked the question, where are they? Y'all seen 150? Come on now, where they at? We spend all our time dealing with teaching these other nations when we ain't even taught ourselves yet. We didn't reach our people yet. To know enough, to be able to say, okay, let me go out here and reach our people. And we amongst enough people of Israel that these other nations are gonna come in. The truth is out there on the internet, right? So everybody's able to hear what it is that we're bringing forth.
Right.
So where they at in number? Well, all you that's drawing in the Gentiles to you, they hear what you're saying. They hear the fact that, okay, well, you say they're gonna come in with us, but where they at?
Right.
They hear what you're saying, then where the numbers at? Right? Like Israel is growing faster than anything on this earth.
Yeah. Yes.
Whether you can see it or not, because it comes out with observation.
Right.
You know, there's always someone that's coming into this knowledge of this truth.
Absolutely.
Continually, all over the world. And I know people that's all over this world, man. The globe, you see what I'm saying? That are coming into the knowledge of the truth, that's been practicing what we're practicing, it's just we didn't know it. Over here in America, they've been doing it. They remnants of the 12 tribes of Israel scattered among all these different lands. I remember there was a brother in India. They're called the Untouchables. Israelites that's in India. And he sent me a picture of him back in the early 2000s. And he had ash on his forehead, and then he had a robe, had the ribbon of blue and the fringes on. And he in India. I remember me and one of my partners moving into this 7-Eleven, and they looked at me and said, "Oh man," he was like, "Look at it." I said, "What's up? What's up?" He said, "Oh, you look like people that's in my country, in India." Right. They called the Untouchable. It's bad, man. You know where we at. They made them put a broom around in the back of them so when they walking, you know, sweep away their footsteps. You know, bottom, man, at the bottom. In all these countries, man, they know who we are. Right. We don't know who we are. And our people, majority have sat down and been seduced by devils why they can't come back to this truth, man. That's right. What do you say? Sacrifice unto the devils and not to the Most High. That's right. Read.
And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Let's read verse 8. And but that was cool. That was all right. What's that saying there? We should not. We say for read verse 7. of Baruch, the 4th chapter?
Con.
But hold that where you at.
Right.
Go ahead.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
So we provoked the Most High that made us by sacrificing the devils, read.
And not to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And not to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What did he tell us in 1 Timothy 10?
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentile...
No, where you was at just now, what you just said. I would not have you...
Oh, come. I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Say, I would not that you should have fellowship with devils, but say, hey, we provoked the Most High that made us by sacrificing unto devils. And he said, what?
And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Right, verse 8 in Baruch, the 4th chapter.
Come. Baruch chapter 4, verse 8. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
So that's what first thing we got to do is come back to the Most High. We got to learn of the Most High. We have forgotten the Most High, the everlasting power. We got to learn of Him. Read.
Verse 9. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, the Most High hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them.
See? The land saw it, man. The Most High brought this upon us, man. Because we departed from Him and decided to follow the way of the heathen, as He told us, in Psalms 106:35. Remember, we'll mingle among the heathen and learn their works.
Right.
So you can't have faith if you're going to be dealing with what these heathen are dealing with and being seduced by these devils. Sacrifice of worshiping devils and not the Most High. It's not going to happen. That's why it's got to be a certain lineup that you got to line yourself up to be able to know how to not be dealing with the mindset that they would have you in and having us divided. First and foremost, the family's divided. We got to be together. The man is the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, the man, the woman, and the children. Straight up. That's the order of things. Get the order. Right, I'm right. You're already there. Go to 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance, as I deliver them to you.
It's the order. It's the order of things. Read.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach Yahushua.
So the head of every man is a Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. Read.
And the head of a Mashiach is the Most High.
And the head of Mashiach is the Most High. That's the order of things. Mashiach Yahushua is the head of the man, and the man is the head of the woman. And Mashiach and the Most High is the head of a Mashiach Yahushua. That's the order of things. We can't go wrong with following the order of things as it is. That's first and foremost. And that's how you have to be in allowing the Spirit of the Most High to work with you. Because you can have faith all you want to, but if you out of order concerning the law, get the law. In Genesis 3:16 and 17, behind Adam and Eve eating of the tree of good and evil. This is the first thing the Most High did, the punishment that He gave us. Let's read.
Genesis chapter...
Woman first, because Eve is the one that dealt with Satan and him believing him, his lie, that he told her that she's not going to surely die. Right. So this is what he told Eve. Read.
Unto the woman he said, Shalakia. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
That's why it said, in sorrow you shall bring forth children. Read.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
So this is the first thing the woman got to do. Is she have a man is deal with her desire will be to her husband. He gonna rule over her. That's why it says the man is the head of the woman. This comes all the way back to here. Read.
Verse 17. And unto Adam he said.
And to Adam was the man that he allowed to name everything and made us in his image as the Adamites. Read.
He said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
So he said, because you listened to the voice of your wife and the things that she told him that was wrong, that he followed, because it's his fault.
Yeah.
That's why he said, hey, because you listened to her and you know what I told you. I told you not to eat. Even Eve knew not to eat of the tree of good and evil. Right? But she ate of it anyway. And then she brought it to Adam. And he ate of it. Because you listen to your woman, he said, read.
The voice of thy wife, and has eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it.
He said, I told you, Adam. I commanded you not to eat of this tree. Read.
Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
Woo. The ground is cursed because of Adam's sake. Read.
In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee. And thou shalt eat the herb of the field.
Get 2 Ezra 7. I want you to start at verse 46.
Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 46. I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying.
It's my first and last saying, Ezra said. Read.
That it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else.
It said it'd been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else. Read.
When it was given him to have restrained from Salakia, to have restrained him from sinning.
Restrained him from sinning. So it was given to him, it would have been better not to give the earth to Adam. But it was given to him to restrain him from sinning. So sin, got to deal with that sin. Since people say Adam had a law, what is sin? This is on page 22. For all those that have the Cambridge University Press, the Red Apocrypha. So, what is sin? 1 John 3 and 4. Restrain him from sinning, since people think that he didn't have a law. What is sin?
1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
See? Go ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
There it is. So when you read 2 Ezra 7, 46 again.
When it was given to him to have restrained him from sinning.
No, read it.
From the top.
It had been better.
Come.
That it had been better. Go ahead.
That it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else, when it was given to him, to have restrained him from sinning.
Yeah. It's been better not to have given the earth to Adam. And it was given to Adam to restrain him from sinning, which is what?
Transgression of the law.
Transgression of the laws of the Most High. That's why Abel gave righteous sacrifices to the Most High with the fat thereof. You see? No remission of sin without the what? Shedding of blood. It was a blood sacrifice. That's why Mashiach Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice. His blood was shed for the children of Israel. And it pleased the Most High to bruise him. That's what we're dealing with, y'all. Read.
Or Or else, when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning.
Right. When the earth was given to him, that the Most High would have restrained him from sinning. But everybody said he had a free will, right? So he had a free will to choose what? Life or death. That's what the law dealing with.
Yeah.
You either choose life or death. So what did he tell him? If you eat of the tree of good and evil, you gonna what? Die. That's the death.
Surely.
You're gonna surely die. And he died. You're gonna live one day. And one day to the Most High is 1,000 years. Well, nobody lived 1,000 years. They were living a long time. Then the Most High cut the time period down to 120. Then he cut the time down to 70, which is only 70 years, y'all.
Right.
Anything other than that is a blessing to live past 70 years. People living past 70 years, that's a blessing from the Most High. So let's read.
Verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment?
To look for punishment? He said, what profit is this for us to live in this heaviness? And after you die, you're going to be punished?
Right.
And you living in hell right now, and after that, you're going to go to hell and be punished, boy? Tormented? Read.
Verse 48. O thou Adam,
read.
what hast thou done?
What have you done? All the way back to the beginning, read.
For though it was thou that sinned.
Though it was Adam that sinned, read.
Thou art not fallen alone.
So you ain't just fallen alone, Adam. Read.
But we all that come of thee.
But all of us that come of Adam. You know? Verse 57, man. We all going through this heaviness. Let's read.
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 57. When answered he me.
Then answered.
Salakia. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This is the condition of the battle, read.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Gonna fight. Why? Because Adam and Eve ate of what? The tree of good and evil. Most I say you can eat of the tree of life that was planted in the garden. And think about how it was with them eating of the tree of life. And then eating of the tree of good and evil. And everything changed to a world like we see it now. All this wickedness around us, where they only seen righteousness. They was just living righteous. That's going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be all righteous. You know, we're going to have to be shown how to be all righteous. Through a Mashiach Yahushua. To the glory of the Most High.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I said.
Yeah. See? If you be overcome, you're going to suffer all the things that was said before this. You can read that. We're not reading it right now, but I mean, it's the fact of we promised a kingdom, but yet still we got to suffer and go through all these changes because of what? What Adam did in eating of the tree of good and evil. Read. But if you get the victory, read. He
shall receive the thing that I say.
You're going to receive the thing that he say. Read.
For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived.
What did he say?
Saying, choose thee life that they mayest live.
Yeah, choose thee life that thou mayest live. You got to choose this life. The only way you're going to choose this life is being obedient to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. His rules and regulations. That makes him happy. That shows that you're obedient and following what you should follow and following him. Read.
Choosing thee life that thou mayest live.
Yeah, choose thee life that thou mayest live. Read.
Nevertheless, they believe not him.
They believe not him, meaning they had what? No what? Faith. Come. Don't just blurt out because I wanted to ask